All right, what's going on, everybody? So this weekend we got UFC Fight Night Paris, which is Imavov, whatever the fuck it is, versus Borralho. Oh, I probably shouldn't be swearing that early in the video. It's all right. I won't get demonetized anyways because I'm not monetized, so I think it's worth the risk. But I'm gonna be predicting the main event and co-main event of this card. I would predict the whole card, but I'm still learning about some of these fighters on these fight nights that aren't in the big fights. I still have to watch the prelims and stuff, still learning some of these guys, so I'm a casual, but I think I got some pretty good predictions this week. But real quick, before I get into the video, 96% of you guys aren't subscribed, so if you like UFC, pro boxing, or Misfits boxing content, I post 3 to 4 times a week on this channel at least, so make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate you. Alright, first fight that I'm going to be talking about is Mauricio Rufy versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Now, if anything's getting fed to the Lions, it is this matchup, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I feel like there's some pathways to victory that Benoit Saint-Denis could do to fraud check Rufy, but I think Rufy is a special talent. The way he strikes is just magical. Magical is crazy glaze, but Benoit Saint-Denis, like I said, could do some things to make it a little complicated for Rufy because he has some wrestling, and he has some pressure, and he has a chin for the most part, besides getting absolutely cracked by Dustin Poirier out cold. But yeah, he's going to bring in pressure and he's going to be able to try to stall him against the cage, try to wrestle him down. But I don't think anything besides that he will be able to do against Rufy, because I think Rufy actually showed some pretty good takedown defense in his career, even though we haven't seen a lot of it. I think it'll be good enough to halt Benice, yeah, that's his name, into not being able to take him down and then working in space again. Because if we're being honest, on the feet is not going to be very close at all, because Benoit Saint-Denis has really slowed down and regressed on the feet. He moved forward and takes shots, but he just wings shots over, and they're not even really fast, in my opinion. And it is not a good mix when Rufy, a lot of people say he fights like younger McGregor, and that is very accurate because his feet and the way he moves. He basically defends himself with his movement. He is very good with it. And he has a nasty counter right hand that he could use. And obviously, once you start getting pushed back by his pressure, all of a sudden he can kick you with wheel kicks. He has sweeping leg kicks. He has everything under the sun. So there are so many different ways where Rufy could win this fight. And Saint-Denis only got one, and that is wrestling, because on the feet is not going to be good. So either Benoit Saint-Denis makes this a very boring stalling fest. That is the only way he can win, in my opinion. Or Rufy is going to take him out early. I'm talking about like first round knockout. Actually, probably second round, because I do think that Saint-Denis will be able to get out of the first round because of his wrestling. But I don't know. I do have a hunch that he's going to be out of there in the first round. It is 5-minute rounds, so it's not UFC 5 and it's accelerated clock. It's really 5 minutes in there with Rufy. So you know what? I will say round 1 knockout. I think that there will be a stage early in the fight where Benoit Saint-Denis does get him against the cage, does hold him there, but Rufy is able to circle out and work in space. Once we get in that range, obviously you can't shoot from that distance, then he's going to step back with one of his counter right hands and boom, right on the chin of Benoit Saint-Denis. Is he going to go out cold? I don't know. He has somewhat of a chin. So I think he at least rocks Benoit Saint-Denis with that pullback right hand. Then he finishes him with, I don't know, a knee to the face, TKO, knockout in the first round. I know this isn't like a crazy prediction. Everybody has Rufy winning, I'm pretty sure, but I really feel confident in his pullback shots just because how Saint-Denis throws his shots and Rufy's special ability to land off of his back foot. So yeah, I don't think Saint-Denis is fast enough to deal with Rufy's movement and style. I think even if Saint-Denis is able to close the distance for the most part, I think that Rufy will tear up his leg on the feet before he knocks him out, so that will hinder his movement even more. So yeah, I got Mauricio Rufy by first round knockout. So let me know if you guys agree in the comments down below. Now for the main event, Nassourdine, I forgot for a second. Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Now, this should be a very good fight, especially in this division. But if I'm being honest with you, I think Imavov might be the best middleweight on the whole planet. We'll get to why in a second, but I think I know Khamzat is a specialist, but I think Imavov is the most overall well-balanced fighter in the whole UFC. He has sick boxing, sick kickboxing, and wrestling. And I know Borralho is very balanced too, but I've seen some things in Borralho's fights where he circles around. He's elusive, but not as elusive as Rufy. Obviously, they're from the same camp. I don't gotta explain that to you if you know. But he circles to the point where he gets caught up against the cage a lot. And he's gotten close to getting clipped by Cannonier and a couple other fighters. And I think Imavov is going to be more accurate and more powerful than those guys. Maybe not on a power aspect for Cannonier, but he's going to be a lot more sharp and precise with his punches. And we've seen that happen against Izzy. When you circle that way, you are in big trouble with Imavov, because I feel like people forget about his wrestling too, because he's shown good takedown defense. I'm not really sure if Borralho will go that way in this fight, because Borralho has his own skills on the ground also. But I don't know, man. On the feet, I think that they're both going to have the game plan of leg kicks, because Borralho is all moving around, circling around, trying to stay elusive. And Imavov is so shelled up and not stiff is not the right word, but he's so just high and tight, technical. And the leg kicks will be there for Borralho too. So whoever lands the better of the leg kicks will determine a big difference in the movement of the fight. And I just think Imavov is more battle tested. Nassourdine. I'm going to call him on a first name basis because this last name is really slipping away from me. So Nassourdine has some really good boxing and real power in his hands. So I think that there will be a point where Borralho is a little too close against the cage. He's going to get caught by a straight right hand. But I don't want to completely count out Borralho. I'm not saying he's going to get diced up, but he's good. He's able to fight in both stances. He has his own power. He has a very nice 1-2 that put away Jerry Cannonier, who is very tough. And I don't know. I just think that Imavov Nassourdine is just way more good. I think that he is going to land the more accurate shots. And sure, there'll be the threat of kicks against Borralho, but on a boxing aspect, I think it's pretty drastic. And I don't think he'll get to the point, but I think that Imavov will also be able to wrestle Borralho. I think that Borralho will do well, but I think that Imavov's strength will get him into a choke or something like that. But I don't necessarily think that's how this fight's going to go. I'm pretty sure it's 5 rounds, but I don't know. It's a fight night co-main event, so I mean, no, it's a main event, obviously, so it's 5 rounds. I don't know why I thought it was a co-main for a second. Usually I predict more fights. That's why, but I feel really strongly that Borralho is going to have his back against the cage at a very bad time, whether that is a straight right hand that rocks him or a takedown from Imavov. I think that Imavov is going to get him against the cage, and that's going to lead to a finish at some point in the fight. I would say later, because Borralho is going to be a little bit more difficult because of his movement and everything. Izzy is pretty good too, but he's pretty in the ground with his counter shots. Borralho is going to be looking to circle a lot more than Izzy, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going to go Imavov TKO in round 4. I think that Imavov has a chance to be the champion, but how dominant Khamzat is on the ground, I just don't see it. But if Khamzat tries to fight a balanced fight with him, I don't feel like it'd be a different story, but I don't know. I don't know who could actually wrestle with him. Maybe Imavov is that level. Maybe he's better than Dricus at that aspect. And some people might be there like, oh, obviously he is, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I would definitely pick Nassourdine to beat Dricus, but I don't know about Khamzat. Khamzat might hold this division for ransom for a very long time. So those are my picks for UFC Paris Fight Night. I know, what a complex parlay I set you guys up with. A whole 2-legger. You're going to be making bank off this one, but yeah. I didn't want to bullshit the rest of the card. I'm obviously going to be paying attention to the whole fight night, so I'm going to try to remember these low-level names that are going to be on these fight night cards. I'm going to try to do a full prediction, hopefully in the future soon, but, you know, these fight nights are a little bit more complicated, so yeah, thank you guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, turn on the bell, like the video, all that, so you don't want to miss any more posts. You really don't want to trust the algorithm with me. I'm a small channel, so it's not going to pop up 100% of the time. The algorithm likes me a little bit, but I'm working on it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I had to say for today. I'm sorry that I didn't post a lot this week, but I'm posting tomorrow for instant reaction. And then a video Sunday. I'm going to try to force one out. probably update on the Roger Jackson situation because there really isn't anything else going on. So I'll yap about that a little bit more Sunday, I guess. Maybe there's a rest by then, hopefully. But yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to me yap like usual. God bless every single one of you. And peace out.
I think regular show and stuff.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, and I can't explain that. I love music.
You love all kinds of music?
Yes, but except for hip hop. Well,
You don't like hip hop?
and no, not too much.
I've been rapping, I'll be practicing, I'm hopping on top of the game. I'm spitting the fire, I'm flowing the light, months they call me King. Get people stay talking about I'm a walkers, I do not fuck with lames. People stay hating, I'm lyrical saying, cause Mo's igniting the flames.
Sign that bill, the pressure give you lecture when you sign that deal. World stand still, the devil offers something where you take that skill. Shit get real, and the pussy dropping, going in like Batman. I don't need a shorty came right over and she backed up. Now we moving cause I'm fucking ways in the bathtub. Crazy how the fucking only started with a back rub. Now we in the city fucking dancing in the sack love.
You steady fucking switching, stay up in your fucking lane. And shorty super soaker, I can hit your ass for range. Shorty doing ass and you knowing where it's going. Steady sipping codeine, yeah you knowing in my potion.